Okay, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Uh, Today I'd like to share a bit of my experience because today is 10th of December 2021. So it's about over 1 month, okay, since I returned from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay, quite numbers of friends, okay, ask me why I decided not to pursue further my career in Riyadh. I must confess that I was very excited. I was very excited that I was offered the opportunity to have a career in Riyadh, okay, in Saudi Arabia, based on Riyadh, and I gave myself a thought, okay, and then I decided to go, okay. So actually things started way back in end of July when I was contacted by a company from Riyadh. Okay, and then after two meetings, okay, and then I give myself time after that. They offered me, okay, an opportunity for a new company. This company wanted to become an ESCO. Okay, and then to set, basically he wanted me to be the consultant. They wanted me to be a consultant and to help to grow the company in Riyadh. Okay. Okay. When I was approached, okay, I knew that it wasn't an easy decision, okay, because at this stage of my career here now, actually I'm quite comfortable in Malaysia. Okay, I love, I enjoy what I'm doing, but somehow triggered me. Something triggered me. The opportunity came. I wasn't looking for that, and then why don't I give a shot? Okay, and then the offer was interesting. It's not a typical employment. It's more like like a partnership where I'll be interested to company, and so it started somewhere. So somehow I signed a short contract. Okay, signed a contract in early August 2021. And then we started to work online. Okay, we had a meeting through Zoom online in August until somehow after about 2-3 weeks, the other side wanted me to be there. So before that, we worked on something, because new company helped to advise, set up registration to get license and all that. Okay, even I was tasked, to interview some candidates, to join the company. So that what happened in August until extended until September before finally I managed to get all the visa approval, everything during the COVID that time, right? It's quite long process to get my travel pass to leave the country, so it took some times, that. So finally I left. Okay, I left on 25th of September. Okay, before I left, to Riyadh, okay, I did some jobs. I started my works already. I decided to accept that again because for me it's fresh challenge. Somehow the person that communicated with me sound genuine, look genuine, and look sincere as well. Okay, look serious to explore this business. So I did a lot of advice. I helped to develop the content for the website. Okay, I helped to draft the potential service that can be offered by the company. Okay, even put up some requirement, in terms of energy audit equipment requirement, what are needed. Okay, and then what kind of personnel need to have and all that. So this all online, with the hope that so when I was before I went there, so I was promised that I'll be all the supports, full-time staff will be so-called, will be appointed to support me over there in Riyadh. Okay, so I just go there. So they offered me to go there for 1 month. Okay, I think the intention to go 1 month. From their side, they wanted me to get familiar with the people over there, the business environment over there, see things, and all that. Okay, but from my side, from myself personally, it's more on the despite my excitement to join there, right? It's more also on the assessment. I would say my fact-finding mission. Okay, alright, for me to have some better understanding, see things, first about the company itself, the person involved in the company and all that, and then I will take it from there. Okay, of course, I don't tell them lah. Alright, but somehow it looks very genuine. Okay, everything was nice. Okay, so that I decided to go. Okay, I decided to go. Yes, I go for 1 month. He offered me some fee throughout my stay over there, all expenses being covered. Okay, traveling, accommodation, everything being covered, and plus some minimum fee. Because I do understand, okay, I do understand that new company, no revenue, everything yet. So I'm happy to be a part of the setup. Okay, with a good faith. Okay, I along the way also I was asked and I was requested to look for other expert friends, who can be a part of the team, the new setup in Saudi. So I talked to some of my friends. Okay, and then they somehow they trusted me, and then they agreed to be part of the team. So I introduced them to the people over there. So somehow, so we that's how everything started. Okay, and then I went to Riyadh. Okay, on 25th of September 2021, and then I arrived I think my flight was on 25th, and I arrived in Riyadh in particular on 36th. Due to the COVID requirements, so I have to go for another, because of my vaccine was Sinovac, so I don't have the third boost, the third dose, okay, booster dose, because for Saudi, if anyone Sinovac, okay, they need to get the third dose, but I couldn't get it that time, so I have to undergo the quarantine for 7 days. Okay, so I arrived there in 26, so I have to be quarantined on 7 days. So and then I went there. Okay, it was nice. Okay, I was being welcomed, okay, by the company personnel, the key person of the company and all that. Okay, and then it was fine. Okay, so and then after the quarantine, during the quarantine, we work online I work with the company owner online. Okay, meetings and all that. Okay, and then we do exactly what we plan. Lot of paperwork, right? Developing the mechanism, giving advice and all that. So my expectation when I arrived there, I was supposed to be giving the input, okay, helping the company to draw the business, somehow how the business should go. Okay, using my expertise, how to, for example, how to deliver the energy audit services. Okay, what are the requirements? How to approach client? How to select clients and all that? How to select prospects? And then how to deliver the energy management system services, ISO 2001, how to deliver EPC, improvement contracting and all that. So I think before I went to Riyadh, okay, before when I was still in Malaysia, we agreed on what kind of services to be offered. Basically, 3 items. Basically, one, energy audit and retrofitting projects, okay, through normal capex or EPC model, and then energy ISO 2001 consultancy and training services, and finally smart energy monitoring, okay, with all that cloud-based system and all that. So basically 3 major services to be offered. Okay, so there was the idea. So it was agreed. And then I went to Riyadh. We worked based on that basis. Okay, I helped to develop the business plan and everything. And maybe I think I was very nice. Okay, I look from the big picture. Okay, that's why I don't really talk about the money at that time. Okay, he offered me some amount, right? So I did not ask for that. So but they offered me some amount. So I agree with that because I look from big picture. Because they personally, they mentioned to me, they want me for long term and all that. So I take it that way. Okay, so alright, and then I went in Saudi. Okay, with all the arrangement. Okay, and then I started my work. The first week I was in the quarantine hotel. The second week I was moved to another hotel, okay, better hotel for the stay. Okay, it was agreed I'll stay in the hotel for the 1 month. Okay, as provided by the company. Okay, and then we started to work. Okay, alright. So when I started to feel different. Okay, Okay, everything was nice. Okay, I met the key personnel, everything from the start. From I think the first 2 weeks was according to what I expected. All right. I think, but slowly things change. Things change. I can sense that. Okay, I sense something change. The first that really upset me basically when actually I started to go to meet the prospects, right? Help one of the personnel there, okay, to do the marketing part. Help him, go and help show to the guy how to do the presentations, how to talk, how to do the basics, walk through energy audio, what to look at and all that. So that's what I expected. I guide people over there on how to start this business, how to sell, okay, how to talk to people, what to talk to, what kind of information should be gathered and all that, okay. But everything was okay the first 2 weeks, but came to the second week, came to the third week. This is where I sensed something that quite a little bit. I think what upset me so much. Okay, it was the time when suddenly, my contract was changed. Okay, that's after I returned to visit from visit, one prospect. Okay, that time we presented with that guy. I presented what actually we have agreed to offer. All right, and then the prospect was interested some of the services. Okay, they wanted to get more. But after I returned the next day, meet with the so-called the high-level management personnel of the company, suddenly I was told that we couldn't offer such services. We can only offer one service to start. And then slowly, I realized that the company hasn't got the full required license to offer all services that agreed to be somehow sold to the prospect in the marketing. That one thing. Okay, and then suddenly I was requested, to sign another contract with new added tasks. I'm fine if changes that suit me or within my expertise. But when I see the new tasks, I would say about almost 15-20 tasks. Some of the tasks is some of it is totally nothing about energy efficiency. It's more like administrative stuff, all right, administration stuff. And then some totally beyond my ability to finish it. For example, to meet all the licensing requirement, to deal with all the agency there, all right, to get the license that the company hasn't got yet. Okay. And then I disagree. I did not agree. I did not sign up for this. Okay. And then casually, I asked in the same time, because I was promised I will be given some money, during my stay. I did not ask, but they promised, so that I was requested to open a bank account, RRG bank account in Malaysia, so that easier for them to pay me during my stay there. Okay. At that time, I'm okay because everything was paid in terms of accommodation, everything. I'm okay. In terms of me and everything, I'm okay. And then this is where I started to sense something fishy and not right. Okay, so the company started to give excuses, I cannot pay, all that, right? A lot of bureaucracy. I'm okay. I told them I'm okay. Follow all the requirement, but just whenever you're ready, just make the payment, Not that urgent. That one thing. But what really somehow surprised me, somehow pissed me off, basically, professionally, when they want to change my contract condition, as a reason for them said they claim that only that they can be able to pay me subsequently. Okay, this is new. This was new to me. Okay, so this is what happened. And then I'm still positive, because they said my mission to go there, I want to learn, about the people, about the culture and all that. I learned that when I learned about the requirement, and all that. And then I disagreed with the contract change with some of the item that It's totally nothing to do with me. Okay, I did not sign up for that. Administrative staff, for example, they expected me to prepare the whole, operational procedure, including HR, everything. Just like preparing a documentation for the certifications. Okay, I know how much does it cost, to do that. I know I have the experience and I know how to do it, but I did not sign up for that. I came to Riyadh to use my expertise in energy efficiency in business, to help the company to grow the company, not that. But somehow, the company owner insisted me to do that. I disagree. Alright, fair enough. Professionally, I disagree. Okay, and then this is the time where we have a conflict. But at the same time, I work with another one guy. He's very professional guy, very nice guy on the business development side, the marketing side. So I deal with two key people. One, the one that started to change the goalposts, change the contract and all that. He's the company owner. Another one, the one that involved in the business development, will help me a lot in terms of going to visit and all that. I continue. As a professional, I continue. But I disagree with the contract requirement, changes and all that. And I really, for me, it's really unreasonable, to just change the contract, what we agreed before, and then suddenly change during my stay there. It's totally unprofessional. So this is the time where I decided to, I talked to some of my friends in Malaysia. Okay, I managed to meet some of my friends, new friends as well in Saudi. Okay, in Riyadh in particular, Malaysians. They share experience and all that. Okay, so for me, I gave them the chance. Okay, and then I disagreed. I disagreed to do what I'm not supposed to do, what I'm not interested to do. Okay, so this was the clash started, the issue started. Okay, all right, but that time the third week and fourth week, I almost, okay, and then I talked to the company owner, I openly, okay. And this is the time, this is the very good experience. Okay. And then when I disagreed, alright, they started to show, I think this guy started to show the bully attitude. They started to threaten me. Okay. Started to threaten me not to pay me, alright. And then they said, you can take care of your own, to some point, and at that time, okay, when I disagreed to follow exactly what his orders, okay. Of course, I'm not a junior staff. Fair enough. So I think I started to feel that I was not treated properly and professionally. So I wasn't asked to do what I'm supposed to do as the energy system or energy efficiency consultant there. It's more like, to do as the owner wish. Okay, for me, I'm okay. That's why I think I'm glad I made the decision. Okay, because I think I learned that. Okay, this is new things to me, new things. Just unlucky that I came across this kind of situation, but I still positive because the whole idea of my trip basically is fact-finding mission personally, and then after that I can decide. Okay, but one thing that's on that part. So, but the positive thing I learned when during my stay in Saudi Arabia, basically, I would say the opportunity for services that I can offer, or company can offer when it comes to energy efficiency industry is enormous. It's huge. One thing because the Saudi government has a very clear goals, what to achieve, and they also have a very structured mechanism on how they can support ESCO, but the only thing is that, okay, the requirement so there's for the player to jump into that is much more strict compared to Malaysia. That what I can see, obviously. Alright, so for example, you have to pay a huge fee, just to get the license on yearly basis. Because in Malaysia, for example, ESCO don't have to pay any fee to be listed as an ESCO in Malaysia, but over there they have to pay the lowest about if your project, because they have 3 types of license over there. Alright, energy audit license for industrial sector, energy audit license for commercial building sector, and also the full flash service provider. They call energy efficiency services provider. There's a full license. Okay, and they get all the requirement, and all the requirement, one of the requirement, competency requirement in all the license is to have personnel with the certificate from AEE, United States, American as AEE, okay, Energy Engineers kind of associations in US, either as a certified energy manager, as a CMVP, management verifications, and also for energy auditor. That's the requirement by the center. They call it Saudi Energy Center. So the potential is enormous. I can see that. And on top of that, the government has set one company, okay, to distribute, okay, some job for all ESCO registered with the government. This is very good. At least the ESCO will be allocated some projects upon they meet all the license requirement. Okay, very huge. Okay, on top of that, alright. Okay, on top of that, okay. Apart from that, normally if you are ESCO, that project will be sufficient for you to kick off the business, and you can grow from there. The support of government is very good, the way I look at it positively. And when I went for a visit, okay, when I went for a visit in, because I was nice, I met the one engineer that brought me all over the place, the one that I taught how to do all the business development, marketing, presentation, walk through audit and all that. Okay, he brought me to a facility, okay, the industrial facility, all right, and then also commercial building facilities. When I went to the okay, this is how I look at it. In summary, for facility that industrial facility or factory that owned by Saudis, okay, I would say the way they look at energy efficiency or energy management is totally new. Okay, they heard about it, some of it heard about it, but they don't really practice that when it comes to the. That's why when I visited the factory, from the visually we can see that the system is totally not efficient. I'm talking about Saudi-owned company. They just run the facility as for operation, as long as they meet the requirement, just the normal operation maintenance. They have some idea about here, motor and here, there, but it's not really holistic. They don't. But when I met them, the way I look at it, they don't really see the importance of energy audit, right? How exactly they can get the maximum saving, or they can't see that. Compared to company or multinational company, because I visited some multinational company also, okay, US and Japan and all that, they are different. If the facility are new, they are normally they follow the corporate or so-called the country-based requirement. They are adopting technologies, even some practices. Okay. Therefore, the way I look at it, right, their potential is enormous. And one more thing, the way I look at it that time, the company that registered under the center, the one that for the most of the company are registered for commercial building when it comes to energy audit. And that time, okay, in October 2021, only 6 companies registered that can provide energy audit service for the industrial facility. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that even my company, that time company I work in, I was involved with one of the 6. So the way I look at it with the government vision, the government, the way forward about green, same time during my stay there, the government also announcing the target to reach the so-called net zero by 2060 at the national level. So they have a very clear vision, okay, on that. And then the government has so much money to support. This is very good. This is where I can see that huge potential for that business. I went for the industrial facilities, building facilities as well. Similar, if Saudi-owned companies, alright, they are not really that practicing the efficiency in all that, but they are interested. But most of the time, from my observation during my when I met with them, most of the time they are getting the information piecemeal basis. Some supplier give some suggestion, some just auditor, energy audit give suggestion. They don't have that so-called overall picture about what exactly the whole process, for that they can get the best out of the energy efficiency effort. Okay, so that's why that's different when I came. Okay, because I went to visit some people that this guy came before with different people, and those people wasn't impressed. They were not impressed because They don't get the idea. This is the difference. When I went with this guy, I was able to explain the whole stretch of this kind of solutions, from the technical point of view, all right, the process will take place, how long does it take, how much there's potential, okay, and the technical point of view, what is energy audit, sometimes they don't know what's energy audit, okay, they know what's the benefit, what the impact, why the energy audit is important, all right, and then that's from technical point of view, the option, the EPC, the normal capex, and all that. And then on even from the management solutions, ISO doesn't know how this one apply and all that. They never have the big picture. So when I went there with this guy can see that. So when I talk, these people instantly, show the interest, because normally when they're in the appointment, they bring the team to listen to the presentation when we meet. Okay, even I help this guy to assess, let's say we meet this company, we talk to them. I give some tips, when you started to, when you can decide worth it to move forward or just leave it, not worth it to go through further. All right. So this is different. This is where I learn. Because another one more thing in for the industrial facility or even the commercial building facilities, okay. Most of the high-level technical personnel in that department, are not Saudis. Mostly they are from different nationalities. Mostly from Jordan, Egypt, okay, even some from India, some from Sudan and all that. Nice, this is. I think this is the best part. This is one of the things that I learned, But when I meet them and then we communicate, I explain, when they somehow excited to know further and they want to go to the next step and all that, means that I think I can do my job. I means that whatever my understanding about this one, right, about this particular industry and all that, right, before this all in Malaysia, okay, so I think I can spread that. I was able to explain that to people from the other part of the world as well. So that's why the guy that brought me all over the place, he was very excited as well, because he learned a lot. One thing, okay, because he never got somebody really guide him, one-to-one. He can see, really how, things being done in the early stage of business development from the first place. Okay, so this is the one thing. So the way I look at it, the potential is enormous, huge. Okay, I'm happy, I'm excited. That's why that somehow somehow compensate my disappointment with with what all the changes that being made by the owner of the company, on the other part of that from the third week. Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, for me that time, that's why I felt that when I was there, 1 month felt too short. Suddenly, third week, fourth week, yes, I was about to leave, but somehow, okay, I think when I reached, I think when I came, I tried to somehow to find a way. How this one? Initially, I thought that this old company owner, okay, he don't understand the business. Okay, so that I can advise. So I give him the time so that I can explain further and all that. I tried, but looks like I don't think we put it this way. I don't think we, at the end of the day, all right, as after about almost the fourth week, okay, I came to a conclusion that we can't agree in a lot of things when it comes to that, so there's a lot of gap in terms of understanding about the business. Okay, I came and then they should listen to my advice and how the business should be. So it's evident that what I was telling is true, because when I went to meet the prospect, they are expecting the same thing. Okay, and then the company wasn't, the way I look at it, the company wasn't ready to go to do this business. The license is not completed, even the personnel is not ready. I was promised to have a full-time staff to support me when I reached there, but no one. Okay, so somehow I don't mind, because I take it positively, even though I have to do something that I did many years ago. For example, walk through energy audit. Okay, it's not something that I'm doing now. Okay, I'm not interested to do that anymore, but for the sake of learning, telling, somehow training the personnel over there, I'm okay with that. But I have a limit. Okay, so that's what happened. Okay, so I think, to make it short, somehow I disagree with the changes in the contract requirement. Okay, and then I disagree with the what actually the expectation they change in the contract, the condition of that, what expected from me. And then I decided, okay, I'm okay, I'm fine. Okay, and I decided for that time personally, I told myself, okay, I'm okay. And then I finished my stay. Okay, do what I suppose, what exactly I was expected to do before I came here. Okay, I just make it very clear. Okay, I won't do something that I'm not interested to do. Okay, I told the owner, company owner, don't treat me as like your employee. I'm not your employee. Simple as that. Okay, okay. So this is what happened. Okay, I know I took a risk. Okay, I took a risk over there. Disagree with them. I know I took the risk. In fact, at some points, I met when I came. I think it was quite intense, to some points. Okay, and then I come to the point. I told the company owner, okay, I'm okay. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, I don't really care about the fee anymore. It not really matter to me. Okay, not so much that much anyway. Okay, I want to leave. Okay, so okay, I finished whatever I'm supposed to do. What was agreed before I came to Riyadh, I'll do it. And then I told him, I leave it to you to pay me or not. I don't care anymore. Okay, because I'm professional. Okay, I do things professionally. Okay, I don't see. I take words very seriously, and all that. And then I think the one thing that I really a bit disappointed because I introduced to the company a few of my friends. And somehow, I talk to this friend. My friend spend my time with me, entertain me, to do all the early part of the business and all that. And I feel embarrassed to them. Personally, even though they said okay, but I feel embarrassed to them. I feel a bit shameful to them because I was the one that introduced them to this guy. Okay, so that's it. For me, I look back, if I wanted to start a business, all right, to work for long term, okay, with anyone, okay, I must have the trust. Okay, I must trust that we can take each other's words, accordingly. Okay, so when this happened, when I arrived in Riyadh, after the came to the third week, I was expected or forced to accept whatever changes, and then a lot of threats and all that. Okay, I don't think I can move on with that. Take it away. I'm okay. Okay, I think I can move with that. Simple as that. Okay, so I just simply because they agreed to pay all my expenses, in Riyadh, they cannot simply treat me like I'm their employee, because I did not come there, I did not go there so called as an employee. I was agreed to join as a consultant, give the advice, and then later, if everything okay, I'm okay to open to any other opportunity to grow together. Okay, but it didn't happen that way. But for me, I think my mission is complete because at least I know. In fact, before I arrived in Riyadh, okay, they said they wanted me to be there for long term, even to move there for good. But okay, I'm not that excited to decide that soon. So that's why the purpose of the visit personally, and I want to learn. Okay, I want to see, and then from there I can decide. Okay, so that's basically the reason. Okay, I don't think I can move on further with that kind of situation or relationship. Simple as that. Okay, so we can't have a good business, long-term relationship with that kind of when somebody can simply change the goalpost, changing the agreement. There's something, it tells you something, right? I think I'm experienced enough to make my own conclusion, so to make the best decision for me. Okay, so nothing personal. Okay, I think I'm thankful to the opportunity. All right, and then I think it's good. It's nice. Okay, I never thought that somehow my credential recognized, okay, by somebody over in Malaysia, and at the same time beyond Malaysia. But the best part of that for me personally, when I went there, experienced the process, you know, I met the people over there. It shows that, you know, my knowledge, my expertise, you know, is somehow can be applied to any part of this, something beyond, even beyond Malaysia. The best part, when I explained to them, right, they understood, and they became interested. It's a good business opportunity. Exactly. But I think the only thing is that I think I did not, if I want to go, if I want to explore further, if opportunity come again, I must find the platform that I can have better feeling. Okay? I'm more confident that somebody who can keep their words, you know, and then move on. Okay, so that's the what happened. Okay, so I think it's a very good experience. Okay, because sometimes you have to learn things. You know, sometimes things you learn from different way. Okay, in Malaysia, Alhamdulillah, I'm quite comfortable. Okay, in fact, during my stay in Riyadh, okay, I did some job as well from Malaysia online, because the best part of current technology, you know. Okay. Alright, in fact, the amount that I earned during my stay there, I do something online more than what being offered as a part of the fee for my stay. But fair enough. At that time, I think money wasn't my main motivation when I decided to take the risk lah, to go there and look around and all that. Okay. And then when I returned to Malaysia, okay, some of my friends very happy because I returned to Malaysia, so they can work together again. And then somehow Allah gave me more rezeki lah. I secured quite a big project. It take me 1 or 2 years as a consultant and all that. So I think take it this way, right? But it was a very good very good experience, okay, and all that. And in Riyadh, okay, 1 month, I think I saw a lot of things. I learned a lot of things. There are many good things actually, okay, and also there are some unpleasant things. I won't say bad lah, you know, unpleasant things, but somehow I learn things, you know. I learn things as a person, as a professional, as a practitioner. I learn things. But one thing I feel more much happier because I know, okay, my knowledge, okay, my expertise are applicable beyond Malaysia as well. Somehow. Okay, so the whole thing is that, you know, whether I want to pursue that further, okay, it's up to me. Yeah, I don't have any urgency on that. But if I want to, I would say from this experience, okay, I know what to look at. Okay, if let's say, who knows, right? Who knows, you know? I know what to look at, you know, when it comes to contractual agreement, right? When it comes to a lot of things, especially in particular for the Middle East. Somehow this kind of I heard this before I went to Riyadh. Okay, I talked to some of my friends who had experienced, you know, this kind of things, you know, working over there. But they did somehow not warn. Basically, they did reminds me, you know, alerted me what you can expect. Okay, it's not that I went there, you know, blindly, you know. I talked to some of my friends who had experience, but I took the risk. I decided to take the risk and experience myself. So I think this is exactly the experience that somehow God has fated for me lah. Alright. In fact, when I was in Riyadh, I met some Malaysian who worked there for many years, 20 over years, 50 over years. You know, we have a chat. They said the same thing. Okay, it's normal. You know, in any part of the world, you go to any place, you can get nice people, you can get professional, good company and all that. You can go. So it's unfortunate sometimes, you know, but overall, okay, still a good experience. For me, bad or unpleasant or not so much, not so nice experience. Also for me, it's a good learning for me. Okay, it's still very good to me. So this is something I can learn for my future life. Even I can advise others as well. That's all. I think nothing personal. Okay, it's nothing personal. For me, I feel that, you know, I wasn't in the right platform, so I decided not to pursue further. Okay. About the payment, I'm not really. Okay, some people my friend told me I'm too nice, but let it be. For me, simple. If the rezeki is for me, you know, meant for me, I'll get it. If not, fair enough. Not God will give me any other way. So for me, I think the experience, I would say that I won't trade anything with the experience. Okay, positively. My stay was paid for 1 month. Simple like that. But other part, you know, it's not so much an issue lah, because it's not something that I have put the mind, I decided to really pursue it yet. Okay, somehow. It's a good experience. Okay, and then it's very enlightening as well to me. Okay, I met some great people, especially the one engineer that brought me all over the place, very nice. Young, about 30 over years old. Okay, it's quite young, excited to learn. Okay, very professional, very respectful as well. Okay, but this is something that I have to, I have to live with. Life, not always, happen the way we can expect to happen. Okay, I still keep in touch with that guy. Okay, but I think after and then I returned. Okay, after a while, I returned to Malaysia. I arrived in Malaysia in 31st of October. I was there for 1 month, 1 week roughly. Okay, and then it did not take me long to decide. Okay, when in fact, before I left, the company owner started to soften a little bit. I don't know why, honestly. Okay, somehow he offered me different opportunity. Alright, sort up something. I don't know what happened, but somehow. Put it this way, for me, you cannot simply change your words just like that. I'm a person that really care about, I took the words seriously when it comes to work. Okay, I work based on trust. Okay, and mutual respect. Simple as that. So if I cannot see that from the start, okay, it's unfortunate that I must be very honest. Okay, I'm not interested. Simple as that. Okay, I don't like to take revenge or something like that. So for me, it's not me. For me, I think positively. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank God Allah gave me the opportunity, and then I know I learned a lot. Okay, and then that's it. And then I think it won't take me long. Okay, I arrived in 31st of October, and then I have to be quarantined for 7 days. Okay, after the quarantine, I try to see how they respond to me through online and all that. But when it came to the second week, I decided, and I write a proper email. Okay, and then after that, I'm not interested to pursue further. Now, I wish them all the best. And I clearly mentioned there, the payment is up to you. Okay, not much anyway, but somehow it tells something about you keep your words or not. But I know, okay, I know my contribution. I got all the documentations and all that, so I'm okay. And then I came back to Malaysia. I decided, okay, that's it. At that time I have two options. Okay, three options. Okay, I had three options. First, somehow I took another risk. Agree with them, and then I went there and forget my business here. Okay, and secondly, I agreed, but somehow I be based in Malaysia. I go there on case-to-case basis. Okay, the third one, okay, the option number 3, I just forget it and then move on and focus in my business in Malaysia. Okay, and then consider, who knows in the future, if any better opportunity come with better terms, and all that, why not? Consider that, but I can focus in. So I think I decided to go for the option number 3. Okay, easier for me to move on. Alright, forget about this. Okay, take as experience, learn very good learning experience, and then who knows in the future, and so that I can focus on my task in Malaysia, continue do what I love doing. Okay. So that's basically, so I think I know I was excited as well. I thought, but somehow this is life. Okay, you have to take risks. Okay, at this stage, I think at this stage of my career, I don't mind to take some risks because I know how to. I did not come to reach to where am I today in a shortcut, right? So I know how to reach there. So I took the risk. I know what I can route. I expect to go back on track. Simple as that. Okay, because sometimes in life, okay, we have to take risks and learn, and then turn wiser, and then sometimes you have to take step backwards. Okay, take backwards, and then you have to leap forward. The whole idea for me throughout my career, I must enjoy what I love doing. Okay, I work with my own accord. Okay, I decide my own. All should be my own term. Okay, and somehow if you want to work with anyone, should be on the mutual respect and mutual mutual understanding and mutual somehow benefits. Okay, shouldn't be one-sided. Okay, with that. Okay, I think again, okay, that's my experience. Okay, 1 month. Okay, in Riyadh, I think I never imagined to do all that. All right, so I went to the one of the biggest, few biggest industrial area. I went to Hajj Industrial City. I went to the Sudan Industrial City. I traveled along the desert. All right, okay. That's why I feel so blessed to meet this one guy. All right, that one that brought me throughout the time. I just feel pity for him that I couldn't carry on. To continue to. I think this guy has a potential. Okay, but for me, he need to find the right platform as well if I want to pursue further in this particular industry or business. Okay, this guy, so he learned a lot. Okay, I think he said he was thankful to me because he can see things directly. He learned directly. He expect to learn further, but unfortunately, I couldn't move on. Simple like that. But somehow it's good. Okay, so that. So actually, 1 month, okay, I took the risk as well. I left my family for 1 month. I got 4 years old children. Okay, somehow, but somehow this life. Okay, and my family supported me, whatever my decision. So now I'm ready to move on. Okay, so that's all. That's my experience in Saudi Arabia. Very interesting. Okay, very enlightening. I think I learned a lot. Okay, and then I hope I can become a better person at the end, and continue to do what I love doing in my career. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching this video, to listen to my experience. Okay, somehow we have to accept, not everything going to what we want or go to how we plan it. So believe that Allah or God always has the better plan for us. With that, thank you very much. Keep in touch. Okay, keep in touch. I can focus now. Move on, continue my contributing my knowledge, my experience for my fellow countrymen in Malaysia. Okay, with that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera.